are on day 4 and today we are going to draw some hangers. I wanted to pick an object from the wardrobe and hangers seemed like a good option. They are very basic. They don't come across as something that would strike as inspiring, and that is why I'm very curious to see as to how this will turn out. This is going to be a diagonal pattern, and that's why I'm starting with a basic grid. I have kept a 2 centimeter distance between each line. You can create diagonal lines at an angle that you like, though I would recommend not to make them too close to each other. Now the basic hanger motif can be broken down into two shapes, a question mark and a triangle, and that is what I'm going to do here, like this. Now for the next hanger, I'm going to invert the shape. This time I'm drawing the triangle first and then the question mark. Now after inverting the hanger shape, let's add one more interest in this pattern. For the third hanger in this row, I want to play around with the question mark shape of the hanger. That's why I'm starting this new hanger from the one before it. The starting point of this question mark is connected to the ending of the previous one to give it an interlocking effect. This little interlocking that we will be doing throughout the pattern will create a sense of connection and flow between the hangers. Now I will follow the same sequence throughout the page. I'll keep playing by inverting and interlocking the hangers and we will see what happens. Now just like the way hangers are quite close to each other in a cupboard, I want to keep the gap minimal between the hangers in this pattern too. That is why every time that I will invert the hanger, I will make sure that I draw them very close to each other. Now this is just one of the ways I thought of using this motif. You can follow the same route or you can change the direction or the size of the hanger or even change the space between the hangers. Every variation will give some different results and it will be interesting to explore that. Now that the first row is done, let's move on to the next. I will follow the same format here too. Though this time the drawing process becomes easier. I don't have to think where to draw the next hanger. I just need to connect the triangle part of each hanger with the one parallel to it. So eventually the pattern becomes interconnected both horizontally as well as vertically. It's like a broken chain of hangers where each one is connected to the other in a continuous and flowing pattern. Mindful drawing isn't just about repeating a shape, it's about the intent with which you repeat the shape. And that is why the mindful drawing process actually starts before you even draw on the paper. It all starts with your intention. So before you start your pattern for the day, think about the reason you are doing it. Remind yourself that you are doing it to practice meditation and mindfulness and not to create a masterpiece or to prove something. When your intention ranges from drawing for relaxation to slowing down to having fun or to just do something which doesn't involve screen, then you will find it easier to detach yourself from the final outcome. Even if the pattern doesn't turn out as expected, because of your intention, you will be able to find meaning and joy in the process. One of the things that I love about creating patterns like this is the sense of exploration and creativity that it allows for. Once I have established the basic motif and layout, I can experiment with different variations by adding details. So that is why in this last step, I have decided to add a little weight, a slight curve on the sides of each hanger. So by doing that, I'm transforming it from the basic metal hanger to a plastic or a wooden hanger. I'm not doing an exact representation. I'm just adding some more details based on what I felt like doing. You can decide the look that you want to give to your hangers. One of the best parts of drawing stylized version of objects is that once you take the basic inspiration, once you know what to draw, you can take it in any direction you want. You can add details based on what you're seeing, or you can tweak the details as per your own preference. There is no fixed format. Along with practicing meditation, this is also the time to explore your creativity. So experiment with the objects as well as the pattern layouts. The use of negative space is also an important part of any design. In this pattern, by leaving space between the hangers, we created a sense of balance and allowed the eyes to rest. However, too much negative space can make the design feel empty and unbalanced. That is why, by adding little line weight to each and every hanger, we have been able to reduce some of the negative space and create a more cohesive design. So I keep adding the details, and once it is finished, it looks like this. The interesting thing here is that when we started the pattern, it was flowing from one direction, but now it is flowing from the other direction. It is still a diagonal repeat, but the direction has changed. And that is quite a fun revelation, isn't it? I feel that this pattern is a great reminder that when we view mundane objects with curiosity and draw them without any expectation, interesting things can happen. So, do keep an eye on boring everyday objects. You might not know what creative route they might take. So, keep exploring, keep drawing just for the sake of drawing, just because you want to do.